Hello everyone, this is May Park. Hope you are having a great day. Today I'm excited to share a video tutorial on how to make a watercolor card using colored stamping and heat embossing. I'll be using 3 stamp sets from Altenew today. These are multi-layered stamp sets allowing you to create incredible depth to your project by simply stamping the images in different colors. However, I'll be showing you different ways to use the color layering stamps in this video. This is cold pressed watercolor paper from Archie's that I'll be using for watercoloring. I already pre-cut my paper to save time. I'm pulling out the stamps from the Beautiful Day stamp set and Peony Bouquet stamp set. I'll be using Altenew Crisp inks, Midnight Violet, and Balsamic Watermark ink to stamp my flowers. I'm prepping my paper with anti-static powder to prevent any stray powder from sticking to unwanted areas while I'm heat embossing. Since I don't have embossing powder with purple color, I'm gonna ink up my stamp with watermark ink first and then ink up with Midnight Violet ink. I'm gonna apply some clear embossing powder and tap up the excess. Then I will heat set my flowers with heat tool. Here I am stamping my outline image one more time on a post-it note, and I'll cut it out with scissors to create a mask. This masking technique will help me create some dimension on my one-layer card. By the way, I'm using an absorber towel to clean my stamp. This is a reusable cleaning cloth and it's perfect for wiping your stamps for clean. This towel will dry out between use. Then just add water thoroughly to rehydrate the towel. I'm gonna repeat the same process until I finish my entire panel. This technique is great if you wanna get more out of your dye inks. You don't have to own a bunch of embossing powders to get the look of colored embossing. You can still create the same look by stamping the image with your dye ink and heat embossing with clear embossing powder. Altenew Crisp ink is water-based dye ink, so it wouldn't work for watercoloring. That's why I heat emboss the image with clear embossing powder. Of course, you could use water-based ink for your watercoloring if you don't mind your ink bleeding, or if you want to try no-line watercoloring. If you use pigment ink for stamping, you don't need watermark ink for heat embossing, because pigment ink dries slowly, so the embossing powder will stick to your stamped images. Once I'm done with colored embossing, it's now time for watercoloring. I'm gonna use the Mijello Misson Gold 36 watercolor set. A few weeks ago, I saw Christina wanna using these watercolors in her video tutorials, and I really wanna give it a try as I love the vibrant colors. So I asked my younger brother to buy this set for me in South Korea and bring it with him on his trip to United States. So here I have my Misson Gold watercolor set, watercolor palette, round paintbrush size 8, paper towel, and clean water laid on my desk. Before moving on to the next process, I'll be taping down my watercolor paper on the chipboard seat using painter's tape. This will prevent my paper from warping while watercoloring. I'm gonna wet my paper first with water, then I'll start bringing some color. I'll be using paper towel between adding more colors to remove the color. I'm also gonna use my heat tool to let the paint dry before adding more colors to the images. Now I'm gonna turn on some music and speed up the painting process so you can watch me color. After I'm done watercoloring, I'm trimming my watercolor panel into points by 5.5 inches using Timur's paper trimmer. I'm gonna use the sentiment from the Oriental Orchid stamp set by Altenew. So I'm using my Misty stamping tool today because I know I wouldn't get a really good clean impression on some of the stamping because of the texture of the watercolor paper. I'm gonna ink up the stamp again with the same black ink, and I'm making sure to press down hard enough to make my stamping line darker. To finish off my card, I'm mounting the panel on an A2 size top folding card using foam tape. Before I go, I want to share my first attempt on today's card. I did some messy watercoloring compared to the one I showed in this video tutorial. I also added ink splatters and some clear sequins to add an extra interest. Which one do you like? My husband wasn't happy with my first attempt. That was the reason I started over to make today's video tutorial. I hope you enjoyed watching my video tutorial and loved my watercolor cards. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with another video very soon. Bye bye!